energy. Living legends are reaching me. Sharing knowledge with you and me. Teaching us how to lead with Sharon Lee. Sharon Lee. Sharon Lee. On the run. Sharon Lee. Sharon Lee. On the run. Yeah. Keep on building that synergy. One love that is on you and me. Keep on building that synergy. One love that is on you and me. Keep on building that synergy. One love that is on you and me. Keep on building that synergy.
Hey guys,
One love that is on you and me.
sorry, I'm just dancing over here. Sorry. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy birthday. You know why I'm saying happy birthday to y'all. Everyone out there in America, those who are from America and abroad, happy your birthday. Don't get it twisted, okay? 250th year of America. And don't tell me you didn't have anything to do with the greatness that's over here. You, your mom, your grandmom, your great-grandmom, your great-great-great-grandmom, and dad, granddad, everybody. I'm talking to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy America birthday to you. Guys, welcome again to the Sharon Lee Briefing podcast show. I am excited to always share that, without those unlimited connections, we would not be able to do what we do over here. So we are in our third season. Yes, our third season of the Sharon Lee Briefing podcast show. This is the 16th episode of the third season of the Sharon Lee Briefing podcast show. And I am just elated about all the wonderful connections that God just has allowed me, my team, my tribe to just, make happen. So I'm to share a wonderful guest. But before I get into talking about our guests, all her wonderful accolades and successes, I want to give you a couple of ground rules. And you all know this stuff, so y'all always come back and you share this. You share it with your family. You share it with your network. You share it with your, social media platforms. And then you go to the YouTube, which is under, the Sharon Leading Within with Sharon Lee. I'm a tomboy, so I go by Sharon Lee. That's my AKA, one of my AKA names, right? So over on YouTube, you can follow us. You can ask questions. You can leave comments. We are live over there again on the Leading Within with Sharon Lee. Subscribe, share it, and all of that. We're also, guys, over here on Facebook at Leading Within with Sharon Parker. We have a Facebook page. That's where our tribe show up. That's where all our podcasts are aired. And I want you to go there, like that page, follow that page, guys. Share it with your family and friends, and just let's have some fun. So those are some ground rules. Now, look, when you make comments, when you ask questions, please share your name on YouTube and on Facebook so that we can know who you are. We can give you a shout out, and then we can connect you to, our tribe. So we want you to be in on this, okay? Then I also like to start with another thing of always thanking our team. Again, Sharon Lee, Synergy Girl, whatever you call me, Synergy Girl is the brand. That's my motto. My motto is that we cannot do this alone. We do this collectively. So I like to say synergy work when you work it. Keep that in mind as you build connections, build relationships. Synergy is understanding that you can't do it alone, and synergy works when you work it. All right. So you'll see on my screen, there's a little logo at the top with the hands going up this way. That's my business logo. It's called Rosa. And Rosa's been in existence now for 18, 19 years. And we love our history, we love our legacy, and we love sharing people in the community. But back to the ground rules. Smart video girl. I don't think I give her enough justice on our platform. I always shout her out every episode, but I just want to thank Crystal Glenn, Smart Video Girl, for always showing up for Rosa, making sure that we are, orchestrating professionally here over here on our podcast show. She's our engineer. She's been rocking with us. She's been building that unlimited connection with us for 3 years. Okay, I'm about to put you in 30 years, but I feel like it because I've known you for so long. But 3 years you've been working with Rosa, working with myself and our team. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank Sean Parker, who's my nephew, who makes sure the lights are always set up. And I want to thank Sir Charles, who's always, dipping in there, saying what you need, and making it happen. But I also want to thank Dana Parker. Dana created our theme song, Sharon Lee, on the Run. So we're going to come up with another one soon, but I just love the same Sharon Lee one. So guys, let's just jump into it. I am ready. Y'all know how it goes. You know how our segment goes. We ask our guest speaker to come on, right? And we say, can you please just give us a little snippet about who you are so we can start building relationships with you, but don't tell the whole story. Just, where were you born? Do you have any siblings? What's your passion? And then kind of stop right there, because then we'll get into the interview. And then we'll talk a little bit about her journey, her family journey first. We'll talk about her community journey, and then also whatever is passionate to her. And it'll go somewhat in that order. We'll share a little bit of some pictures about what she does, and then we'll put in a couple of, promo ads in there that we have for the platform, for the podcast platform. So keep in mind, guys, this is your time to build that unlimited connection. If you have an ad that you would like for us to share on the podcast, feel free just to shoot us an email at Sharon at the making of you, right? The making of you. And we will add an ad in here and we'll showcase your platform. We have over 1,000K tribes over here on social media, and we're rocking on YouTube as well. So with all that being said, I would like to thank, first of all, our guest, Amber Ellis, who is a wonderful person that was referred to me by another podcast guest we had. And I'll share that with you all later. But I want her to jump in with a beautiful smile and tell us a little bit about herself. Hello, dear. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I
Thank you
am
for having
wonderful.
me. Thank you for
We're
the
happy.
wonderful introduction. I appreciate it.
You're very
Um,
welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself. As you heard, the spiel, how we do it. So just tell me a little bit about yourselves.
okay, well, my name is Amber Ellis. I am from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Um, I am the oldest of five siblings. I have four younger siblings. Oh, well, my brother is closer in age to me than my younger siblings. Um, I grew up in a house of many, grandma's house. So my family still kind of does Sunday dinners, and we're a very tight knit group. I am a mom of a 2.5-year-old little boy named Ezra,
Hmm.
who's bright and eccentric and a little wild and has his own personality. So,
Understand.
um, and then, I'm here to talk about dance and my passions. So,
Awesome. So now you said you're one of five siblings, correct? Now let me just share a synergy moment. You'll probably hear me say synergy throughout the whole show because I have not learned everything about you. So this is raw. When we do our podcast, we love when synergy shows up. Everyone knows my story as a baby boomer, and you're our next generation. But I talk about when I was 5 years old, and unfortunately, it was in when Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated, and everyone knows my platform is always sharing our history, but synergy is also a branding power five. I mean, it's a branding name for us. So anything that comes up with five, to me, that's an automatic connection because
Mhm.
God is saying you didn't know she had five, she was one of
Mhm.
five siblings. You don't know what may come out of, you all's interview that could help others doing what you're doing. Let me orchestrate, this energy. And I always follow that power of five. And that's my guide to him as a download that I'm connected to him. So thank you for sharing that. So guys, remember that. One power five. It may be a trivial question, so I want y'all to pay attention to that. So now your mom and your dad, do they live still in Louisiana?
So my mom, who's now with my stepdad for the last 22 years, I
Okay.
believe, they still live in Louisiana, not necessarily Baton Rouge, but
Okay.
still there. And then
Awesome.
my dad lives in Texas, Houston, Texas.
Awesome. 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 So you live in the DMV. You live,
Yes, I
okay.
live in Washington, D.C.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so let's just jump right into it then. And we're not talking about your passion first, so that's later.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
What I want to talk about is how you and I connected. Because I think people need to understand that as we walk out in the community and we share our skills, talents with individuals, someone's out there looking for us, looking out for us. And I received a call from one of the guests we had on our podcast show because you reached out to her. And she said, Sharon, I had this wonderful conversation with her, and she talks about legacy. And I just thought she would be a good fit for your show because that's how we talk about is legacy. She was the guest that I think she may have been episode 14, and she works at the Richard Wright Charter School
Mhm,
in Washington, D.C.
mhm.
So tell me a little bit about, and I'm trying to make sense of this in the sense of how you and I connected because she reached out to me. And like I said, how did you get to know her?
Okay. So currently I am the DC Mayor's Office of Veterans Affairs Outreach Coordinator. And
Mm,
I recently was working on a project with the Caribbean Community Affairs Office
yes.
for their big cultural concert that was this past week. And I was in the middle of outreaching to the community, trying to get the youth involved and getting them out to come and attend our event. We had some things slated for the kids, and so we wanted as many kids involved as possible. And she happened to be one of the contacts that I was actually sent from another person. And so we ended up connecting and we were talking. And then when I found out she was one of the executive directors at the charter school, I asked her about their dance program just
Mm,
naturally.
okay.
And just seeing if there was one, if they were interested in one, that kind of thing. And then that's what led me to tell her about my business, Legacy in Motion. And I kind of told her where that derived from. And as soon as I said that, you came up. And she was like, well, wait, I just did a podcast literally last Friday and she's all about synergy and legacy. And she's like, I think you two would be great to connect. So let me shoot an email and kind of introduce you to, and you can see where it goes from there. And when people say that, sometimes you're like, all right, like, are they really going to send me an email when we get off this phone? I called about the kids. Is she going to make this personal? Or, that's kind of where my mindset was initially. And lo and behold, there was an email sent connecting the two of us. And instantly I was like, oh, she did send the email, So I emailed back right away, thanking her and kind of, introducing myself to you and hoping that you get I get a response back. And then a couple days later she calls me and she says, well, hey, I talked to Sharon, and she's actually interested in meeting with you or talking with you. And she said, and then maybe a potential opportunity for you to be on the podcast. And I was like, okay, send me her number, I'm gonna call her. and, and here we are.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And guys, that was Ellen Compton. She was a podcast guest. I met her at an event that was done again at the Richard Wright Charter School in Washington, D.C., Southwest, where I worked and everything. And I met her through a connection of mine that that's been somewhat supporting Rosa almost since the conception. And why am I sharing how we met? Because that's what needs to happen every day. If you reach out to someone, or if someone says they're going to do something, follow through with it. You never know what can come out of it. And let me just tell you some more synergy about this connection. Miss Ellen Compton has asked me if I could have one of my family members to come and do a workshop at the Richard Wright School. Well, look up Renee Robinson.
I already know who it is.
Do you know who it is? Wonderful. See, look at this. You never know, guys. You never know. Renee Robinson danced with the Alvin Ailey dancers for almost 30 years. She has the key to the city, and she has agreed to come and do a workshop at the Richard Wright Charter School. What my hope is to do a collaboration where you, myself, Miss Renee, and Ellen can really put on a wonderful program for the students. So I'm just knocking on wood. Ellen, if you're hearing this, this is what we're looking for. This is what we're going to do. Okay, we're knocking on that door.
I'm knocking.
We're going to do that synergy thing. So I just want to share that's part of what I live on. I live on finding ways to make those connections. Yes, I could have easily not reached out, but I would not be doing my job. So again, thank you. Now let's just move forward, because now everyone, since you know how synergy works, what I say in the beginning, synergy work when you what? When you work it. You got to work the synergy. That's the only way we're going to move that needle. So I just want to share that. We got some wonderful guests coming in. I just want to say thank you to DK Thomas. I'm not sure what your first name is, but if you could put that in there, great job, Miss Amber. You know, he's just giving you a shout out. Look, one of the best dancers, instructors. Okay, let's just talk about that. I love it. Well, thank you for being here. I'm not sure if you're watching over on Facebook, or I think you are on Facebook. And if you're on Facebook, then somehow we're connected. And then we also have another guest here as well. Do you know this wonderful lady, Miss Candace Perry?
I sure do.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
I'm actually her executive assistant for another company.
Oh, see, look how God works. You know, you just never know. Again, that's why I tell people, you know, we're celebrating you. We're celebrating you during this 250th because you've put a lot of energy in the stuff that sometimes goes unnoticed until you become this famous person. Don't no, you're
Right.
famous because you're doing the work, and you don't have to have 1,000,001 likes on something in order for you to feel good that you have a place in this country, because you're making life better for others. So let's talk again a little bit about your professional job. Now, you said that you work with the DC government. Tell us what you do for the DC government again.
I am the community outreach coordinator,
Okay.
and also liaison for the LGBTQ community
Awesome.
and veterans.
Amazing. So how long have you been in that position?
So new. Woo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Congratulations then.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
About almost 2 months.
Oh, you are brand new.
Yes.
Wow, you are brand new. Welcome. I know DC is going to definitely benefit from what you're doing. I work at the Department of Housing and Urban Development. That's my 9 to 5, and I've worked in DC for over 40 years. And that's how I make all my connections through, just people in the Southwest community. And now, y'all may have heard HUD has moved to Virginia, but okay, that's a different topic. We're not getting into that. But at the end of the day, I'm pissed because I love DC and I love
Mm-hmm.
being around, making wonderful connections, just walking up and down the streets, just meeting some great people. And I've done it for
Mm-hmm.
years. So I do have a lot of contact in DC, so we can make some things happen too. So
Okay,
keep
let's
that in
do
mind.
it.
All right. So now we want to show Chris, if you could bring up a picture that Amber or some pictures that Amber has shared with us. I want the audience to see her in motion. And I want them to see, this young lady loving her passion. Amber, tell us what's the name, because this is not just a passion. This is your business. This is your business. Tell them the name of your business.
Okay. My business is called Legacy in Motion LLC. It's actually still a baby. It was born this year. Actually, I am a student, a graduate student at Howard University currently. Um,
Yes.
so Debbie Allen was my inspiration behind that. I absolutely love her. But nonetheless, Legacy in Motion, I started an entrepreneurship class a couple months ago. Um, Again, I've always done dance. I've done something in dance since I was 3 years old. I started teaching right out of high school at 18, and I joined the military at 19. And so, even still, whenever I was stationed somewhere, I would either go and be a teacher or I would be in class. And that has just stayed with me. I changed my entire degree plan way later in life, from biology to chemistry to dance.
Wow.
And I actually majored in dance at Jacksonville University. And I got minors in all the other things that I switched out of. So I didn't just let them go. I completed them, but as minors. So I have a minor in applied mathematics, business administration, and chemistry.
Amazing, amazing. So, guys, before you all came on, Amber and I was talking in the green room, and I shared with her that we laugh over here. We learn over here and we lead over here on the
Yes,
Sharon Lee
sir.
Briefing Podcast show, right? And Chris, you can take it down now. I want y'all to know that I'm just bubbling all over because my sister. Talk about now. You have a smaller family. I had my mom had 12 children.
Okay.
And the oldest and the youngest unfortunately passed away, so it was 10 of us.
Okay.
Now there's only 9, but I am the third from the youngest. And my family used to get on my nerves. Stop dancing, you always dancing, keep still. I can't. I love to dance. Anyone who knows me, they know I love to dance. But guess what? Yeah, I'm a baby boomer. I will keep on saying that. I'm a
Mm-hmm,
baby boomer. So,
mm-hmm,
I don't get a chance to go out and hang out in the clubs, anymore.
mm-hmm.
I don't do my line dancing like I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
We laughing over here, right, guys? I'm just telling you, I don't do my hand dance like I used to do, and I'm getting pissed because I'm getting a couple pounds on me. Okay, and I need to get back to dancing.
Why did you get back into it? Yeah, it's been a little
I
too
need to
long, it
get back
sounds like.
into it. It's
Let's
been
go.
way too long. So I look forward to seeing how you do this and how we can support our youth and here at Rosa. But for those again who are watching, I want to thank Miss let me see. Do you know this young lady? Is it how do you
Oh,
is it Tamara?
Tamara.
Yeah,
Yes,
Tamara Wells.
yes. Oh, yes. She's a very
Awesome.
good friend of mine. She was like sisters.
Oh, welcome, Tamara. I'm so glad to have you
Oh,
here.
thank you,
And
Tam
for
Bam.
Amber, just know that we are just falling in love with her. We're happy that she was referred
Thank you.
to us by Ellen Compton, and we're going to really get into what we can do to help her get more visibility out there. So again, let me give you a little background about Rosa. Again, Rosa means remembering our ancestors' synergistic association. Synergy just is just remembering what we have in common, right?
Hmm.
Synergistic, how we work collectively together, not only for ourselves, but for our community, especially our elders and the next generation. My passion is the next generation. That I live on giving them the opportunity to shine, right?
Mhm.
And I just hope that all who are out there, working in their, sweet spots on their jobs, their 9 to 5, their community jobs, their profession, and their passion, that they keep the next generation in mind, because without them, we cannot do anything. You are a next generation to me. Okay. And that's why I'm glad to have you here. So the topic, preserving our culture, preserving our history. I think it's more than that, through dance. What made you come up with that spotlight? And if I didn't say it correctly, please tell me your slogan correctly so that we can get that right.
I mean, that's basically it. So it's a movement based organization that uses dance, storytelling, and education to help reconnect the people with themselves, their history, their ancestry, and their purpose. And
Wow.
so this actually started in my senior seminar class at JU. Thank you, Lana Haylock. I absolutely love and adore you. She was one of my professors at JU. And obviously, everyone has to do their research paper before they graduate. And we were a class of five, my graduating class. And see how it keeps coming up. It was five of us. We had to do a 10-page research paper. Um, had to pick a topic, and she gave us a couple to choose from. But as soon as I heard her say ancestral memory,
Mm.
um, it intrigued me. And so I was like, oh, sign me up for that one. I want that one. Let's go with that one. And so I conducted my research on it. I actually got the Dance Research Award before I graduated at our award ceremony. On it was 10-page paper, and I looked it up, and some of my key topics there was dance as storytelling, preserving culture, building confidence, creating community, and just how everything connects to our past, how your body does in fact remember. And that's kind of how I Legacy in Motion was built. I'm actually continue to do my research. I'm actually still working on it. I'm in the process of getting it published. Um,
Amazing.
and so that's where we are.
That's awesome. So you never know who you're speaking to sometimes,
No.
because, and I don't like to do a lot of titles, because I just don't want to, make it about me. I like to always make it about what the purpose is for the platform. But I am a former commissioner here in Maryland for the Maryland Commission on African American History and Culture. And there's a museum in Maryland called the Banneker Douglas Harriet Banneker Douglas Tubman Museum.
Mhm.
And it's another synergy moment. About maybe 3 months ago, maybe, uh, Chanel, director Chanel Compton, was at the Richard Wright School doing a walkthrough
Mhm.
with myself. She didn't know
Mhm.
that I was going to be there. I just walked in and she was just there. And we were all just being walked around, listening to what the young people were doing at the school. And executive director Chanel made it a commitment to support the Richard Wright. So it's going to be my gift to connect you with the Maryland Commission on African American History and Culture. You have no idea the unlimited connections there. I am also
Thank you. I
I,
feel blessed to be here.
I am also
Seriously.
a volunteer for the Smithsonian National Museum on African American History and Culture. And another synergy moment there is that Renee Robinson is featured in that museum.
I haven't
But
made it upstairs yet. I just went there a couple weeks ago. This is so crazy. I just went a couple weeks ago, started on the ground floor. Um, and I'm someone I have to read everything. So I was there for about 3, 4 hours
wow.
and still just got to the back.
I
Um,
love it.
it's just so much to take in. So I can't wait till I get to, two
Please
thousands,
take
and
a picture with you and her in the background. If you got to
I
do a
absolutely
selfie, do
will.
that because that's how we make those
I
connections. But
absolutely will.
again, why am I sharing that? I'm sharing that is because there's been stuff in the works to bring the right people together
Hmm.
for the benefit of our community.
Hmm.
And it only takes a little time to work your platform. And you're doing that. And I'm proud of that. You're the next generation doing that. You just have blessed me today to be a guest because you're like a perfect marriage in a sense of what we do over here at Rosa. You're doing it through dance. And that is one of the passions of what I love for our community. So let's talk a little bit now about you shared a little bit, but I want to get into the real why.
Okay.
Why did you sign up for something dealing with your ancestors? What's that why for you?
Um, so just to kind of roll into that. So following your research paper, your last semester, you have to do a performance, like a thesis. You have to choreograph a piece. And so some, not all five of us did, but some of us connected our research to our actual piece. And mine was titled Uncharted Paths. And so that's what some of those pictures are from. Where you see
Mm,
the group of dancers performing,
yeah.
that is from my actual research from my piece, my that I choreographed.
Okay.
But Uncharted Paths, in relation to ancestral memory, everybody walks a path. Not everybody's path is the same. It doesn't look the same, sound the same. They all twist and turn in different ways. And I feel like that's what my life has been. It was very
Mm,
personal.
yeah.
Um, my research became very personal. And then my piece became even more personal. And I feel like my path was never like someone else's, especially growing up in dance. I felt like I started dancing with Breck community. It's what we call this. What's the word for it? I don't know. But a community of like dance, anybody and everybody could come. And then around the age of 8, I started going to Tari School of Dance. And that's where I stayed through high school, elementary, middle, high. And that's where I started teaching at. So thank you, Mama Faye. I love you for giving me a chance and seeing me and all of my teachers growing up. But I was always like one of the oldest kids in my classes.
Awesome.
Um, and so I never
And you were
actually
you were
felt
you were
like,
always teaching.
oh, right, right. Even in class, I would make my presence known. I was okay. Everybody's getting a split before she get in here. Come on, let's stretch. That was always me. I would make a joke or two while I'm doing it, but it was definitely me. And growing up and again being in this class, I'm older than everybody else, so already my path was set differently.
Yeah.
And walking into that, I graduated. Then I started college. I dropped out at Xavier University. And then I was in the military. I did 10 and a half years. And
Wow.
throughout that time, you see everyone else your age, their life is moving. They've
Okay.
graduated. They're either graduate school already or they're being doctors. And, I still felt like, well, the only thing that I can still kind of do is dance.
Mm,
So, before I switched from chemistry, I was a dual major,
okay.
chemistry and dance. And I felt like, okay, I'm going to finish this. And then I'm in my late 20s. Do I want to go to medical school for another 10 years?
Mm,
No, I don't. I do not. So I dropped that as a major and made it a minor. And my passion has always been dancing. So that path, just continue to choose that and walk that path, is something that was my why. It
I
was
love it.
always my go to. Anytime I had something going on in life that wasn't always positive or was something always positive, Lana always used to tell me in choreography class, your movement always has told a story. I think
Mm,
that's what you are. Your movement is storytelling. That is you. That's who
I
you
love
are.
it.
And again, love you, Lana. um, but she saw stuff that sometimes I wasn't always certain was still there. And so
So
that's
so
where we
you
are.
had mentioned that. Did you graduate from Howard? You said.
No, I'm in graduate school right now. I
Oh, in
actually
graduate school at
graduate
Howard.
next May.
Oh, look, the month of May, that 5 months.
That's five.
Y'all don't
That's five.
understand how this is working. So you said Felicia Richard was your instructor, or
No. So I brought up Debbie Allen.
Debbie Allen. Okay.
So I actually, she became someone in my front mirror. When I was in high school, she used to do these shows in Baton
Okay.
Rouge, Louisiana. Like she would come and audition a bunch of kids, a bunch of
Okay.
youth, and put on these performances there. I went, I auditioned. You know who called my number?
Wow.
Debbie Allen. And
Whoa.
so ever since then, um, I mean, even before then, but she's always someone that I've thanked
Amazing.
for my continuing to want to do this. Um,
Well, she's definitely what we call a living ancestor because
oh,
she gets it.
absolutely.
She gets it. She gets
Absolutely.
it. She knows herself. She knows her culture. She knows that, the energy that we have within us, and she shows it through dance, and she is a master at it. So thank you for sharing that. Now we're going to take a break, and we're going to do a quick commercial
Okay.
to keep the lights on over here. And then we're going to come back and we're going to delve some more into what's next for you. As
Okay.
you pursue, your degree, your graduate degree, and as you pursue, growing your business and what you may want the community to do to help you with your professional career. We want to talk. We want to hear about that. So, Chris,
Mhm.
if you could bring up the video, I just want to give people again a snippet of who we are here at Rosa and why we want to tell you your story. And yeah, why we're doing it today. We're doing it a day before what the 20th, 250th
50th.
year of America. But we framed this podcast outreach as your birthday. And we want you to remember that because you're a part of America and it's just not about, one race of people. If your ancestors were here, working behind the scenes to make this country great, you are part of your ancestors. So it's your birthday tomorrow. That's the way I look at it. I don't care if you were born in January, February, March, all the way up to, December. It's
Mhm.
your birthday. And I want you to celebrate. I want you to have a great time. I want you to do it safely. Okay. I don't want you to get in any trouble. I don't want you to don't let anybody with negative energy, let them go. They're not worth it. Okay. This is your birthday. But Chris, if you could show the video for us, I would just like to give the audience a little snippet of what we do over here at Rosa. So that's a video, guys, that we use to let people know that we're not talking about it. We are being about it. That's how we celebrate our ancestors. We're making those connections. And believe me, each picture that showed up in that video, each person, you want to know who they are. Believe me. Since Rosa was established in 2008, we didn't leave anything unturned when it came to making connection with those who really are about the community, really about our youth, really are about our elders. We just made those connections. They were either at our 10 conferences that they were at. They were either speakers, they were authors, they were vendors, they were sponsors, they were team members. They were really, really engaged. And I am extremely happy to say that we're celebrating our 11th annual, what I call a Leading Within conference over here. And that's going to be a virtual conference on September 12th. And then we're doing our first gala, okay, in December. Save the date for December 5th. Amber, I want you on my team. I need you on my team. We got to get some dancers going, okay? We want to bring some young people in that gala because it's going to be a scholarship. We want to raise scholarships for students who are going off to college, all right? And I would love to have you on my team. So,
I'd love
Chris,
to be
if it's
there.
another flyer that Thank you. There's another flyer I would like for you to bring up, Chris. It's just a T-shirt that I just want to get people's mind focusing on. If you could bring that up, that would be great. So I hope this picture tells you, why it's important for us to remember our ancestors, the legacy people you see at the bottom, the next generation who we're gonna, bring together for the gala. And then we're talking about Rosa. The Rise program started in Washington, D.C. at the Francis L. Cardoza Educational Campus in 2016. And we're celebrating the 10th anniversary of that this year. And we will not let this year go by without making those connections, keeping those connections, and bringing out those people who work with us. So I just wanted to show you all this. This T-shirt will be on sale to help us raise funds for our scholarship. So you see the website www.rosalives.org. If you could go to our page, definitely let me know if you want to be a vendor, sponsor, speaker. Again, a volunteer for us, team member. Just let us know, and we'll get you on the program. So the www.rosalives.org. This is how you can support us to support our next generation. But we want you to support Rosa's Walit first scholarship gala affair. It will be held here in Maryland. I'll give you all the details later, but mark the calendar for December 5th. Save that date. Power five, December 5th. Save that date. So thank you, Chris. All right, let's get back into our wonderful guest, Amber. Um, I'm really, amazed at all that I'm hearing in this interview. You're a mom.
Yeah.
You're in the military. You're going for your graduate degree. You work in the federal government, leadership in federal government. You have your own business, your passion, which is dance. Okay, I just counted five things. Did I miss anything? Is it a coincidence that there's five major accomplishments that you have made in your young life? And I just want to say kudos to you. Kudos,
Thank you.
kudos, kudos to you. If you could let the audience know, where you're going next, what would you like for them to do to support what you do in your platforms?
Um, I want to continue the legacy. Your legacy is what we leave behind. And why dance? Well, dance saved me in so many ways that people didn't always see. And so, if there are other youth or younger adults, out there and their passion is anything, I want to be able to help them continue that legacy. And that's high schools, colleges, dance programs. I'm a choreographer, so I'm interested in exploring that with the youth and see where that can go.
Well, I'm just so many great ideas are coming to mind, and you just may have gotten a client right now, okay? Because I want to put at least six people together, a
Okay.
male and a female.
Okay.
And I would love for you to choreograph some type of synergy dance, something that brings them together for the wholesome mindset of just love and connection. You know, we're gonna talk about that. All
Okay.
right. So tell us as it relates to your platforms. We talked a lot about, what you do, where you're from and everything. We talked about your passion. We were just like, excited that you already know a lot of these individuals out here, like, Renee Robinson, Ellen Compton. I'm sure you know a lot of other people. You talked about,
Mhm.
I can't even think of her name. You just said it. The photographer, the dancer, Debbie Allen.
Oh,
What is wrong with me?
I was
What's
like,
wrong with
wait, who? I
me?
didn't say so much stuff at this point.
That's okay. You talked about Debbie Allen. You're talking about legacies and our lifetime, something and
Mhm.
someone that people can literally touch today, even though we never ever will forget our leaders of the past. We'll never forget what all of the people done for us to make life a little better for us so that we can make life a little better for someone else.
Right.
But tell us about your platforms. How do people connect with you? What would you like for them to do? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have a website? Do you have your social media platform? How would you like for them to connect with you?
Yes. So my personal page is for Instagram is at Amber underscore Ellis. My business page is at legacy underscore and underscore motion underscore LLC. And if you want to discuss business opportunities as far as me choreographing for you doing a master class, an actual piece, or anything like that, you can go to my website at www.legacyinmotionllc.com.
How amazing is that? So I know you're going to be writing your book, right?
I've thought about it, but this research taken a lot of me.
Well, your research could be your book.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's something
Okay.
else we can talk about. I'm not
Yeah.
sure on it. I'm interested. I
Well,
like to write.
awesome. Your story matters too. Um, you again are an inspiration to us all. I can't stress enough how proud I am just to have met you virtually because we haven't met in person yet. I am proud that Miss Ellen Compton saw it in her heart to make that synergy connection, and that we were able to make that happen.
Mhm.
Chris, I want you to bring that picture side by side up with the ancestors. Not with the t-shirt, the other one, and just keep me and Amber on the screen because I just want the audience, I want y'all to take a picture of this. If you look at this, not that one, the one, yeah, that one, just the well, the other one was probably bigger, but this is fine. Um, I want you to see how important it is that we must share our story, guys. um there's never You don't have to wait until you're older. You don't have to wait until you're my age to write your story. Tell your story because the next generation is looking for it. They're looking for it, but our ancestors, when I look at this picture and I see Barack Obama at the bottom, how last week, the week before last, during Juneteenth, he opened up the Obama Center in Chicago. During
Mhm.
the same weekend that we were celebrating Juneteenth all
Mhm.
over the country.
Mhm.
The man is brilliant because
Mhm.
he will always be our president, but he's
Forever
brilliant.
president.
He would
Mhm.
he knew and knows the importance of legacy.
Mhm.
Um, I'm trying to point out someone else in this picture, and I think I wanted to be. I'm going to say Thurgood Marshall, who's right beside him.
Mhm.
And if you understand where I'm going with this, justice, you don't just get it. You
Right.
have to work for it.
Right.
And you have to constantly work for it because, as you can see, the clocks will always get turned back if you
Mhm.
forget about your history. Now, guys, I know we laugh, we learn, and we lead over here on the Sharon Briefing Podcast Show, but at the end of the day, you have to keep your legacy alive. And Amber, you are doing that. You're doing that with dance, and that is a gift. That is amazing. So thank you. But I just wanted the audience to understand, if you love singing, if you love dancing, if you love drawing, if you love writing a book, if you love any type of sports, if you love being, a scientist, whatever your gift is,
Mhm.
write about it, tell it, connect with us. If you want to be a guest on the Sharon Lee Briefing Podcast show, you know what to do. Holler at your Synergy girl, and Chris will show our information almost at the end. But I just want to bring up Amber's picture again of how she connects. So, Chris, if you could bring up her picture again, thank you, thank you, thank you. She's doing it. She's making that synergy work. She's drawing that energy, guys, down from her ancestors, right? And the ancestors are opening up the doors for her. This young lady has unlimited doors being open because she understands how to connect with nature, with our story, our culture, our energy. She gets it. And I just want to thank you for that, Amber, and just keep up the great work. I definitely would love to get more young people, in your workshops or classes or whatever. So
Mhm.
we'll talk about that later. But I just want to share, is there anything else that we did not cover that I would love for you to share about what you're doing next? Is there anything on the agenda, anything else on the agenda? If you can even put anything else on the agenda.
Next, I want to take this so far.
Yeah,
Um, the question is how, and I think that's why I'm getting my executive master's of business of administration, so I can be in charge of the how.
yes,
I think a lot of times people leave their future in other people's hands
yes,
without knowing how to lead it themselves. And so, my purpose here is to create the legacy and continue the legacy. And I want to be the one in control of that. And
well,
so I can open that door up for somebody else.
I hear you. And your son, I know he is, totally proud of you. I know you're going to be having him all about, this legacy movement as well. So I know he's a little young now, but
Hmm.
just keep him in the mix of it. He's going to love the synergy connections. He's going to love the dance. He's going to love expressing himself. And that's what our youth need more now than ever.
Right.
So I look forward to working with you at the Richard Wright, charter school with Miss Ellen Compton, and also connecting you again with Miss Chanel Compton, and they just happen to have the same last name, and they're not related. So that's another. That's
I
another.
was I was thinking that earlier when you
Yeah, that's
mentioned it. I wanted to ask, are they related?
no,
But
they're
it's,
not, and that's another synergy moment because you just again, I say you never know who is walking into the room, and
mhm.
I like to, if Chris is okay, I don't know if I can mute myself, but I want her to come on stage because Chris, like I said, has been really a supportive synergy person for Rosa, and
Mhm.
she has a book she just wrote and everything. So if she's okay with it, if I would love for her to come up and everything and just to be on screen with us because again y'all part of this next generation that I just love, and I just want to always shine the spotlight on you. So
Thank you.
guys, Chris, let me know if you're
You're
interested.
interested. Hey, Miss Parker.
All right
All
there.
right, there.
So I know
So
there's
I
a
know
little
there's a little
background, but
background, but
I just want
I
you to
just want
tell
you
the
to tell the
audience
audience
about
about
your
your
book.
book. Well, thank you, Miss Parker. I appreciate you always for giving me a platform. I'm in the background, but you always allow me to share the light, so I appreciate that. And Amber, so glad to see you doing the work, look, doing the work and and helping us remember the connection our bodies has to
Mhm.
legacy, because our
Thank you.
bodies keep the score, and dance is a way that we have as a people release that, express that in so many ways. And I actually want to connect with you because I have an author who wrote a book called The Dancer, and we can talk, okay?
Okay, let's
Let's
talk.
talk. But we're talking about books. I have a book. It's called Do the Work, Keep the Faith. It's aligning with your authentic self. And since writing this book last year, it's only a year old, I have grown. I have seen the impact of when we stay true to ourselves and that impact that it makes for other people. I didn't know that the work that I would do in writing this book would help so many people in a true, genuine way. So thank you for allowing God to use you in what you are doing. And I look forward to seeing all the great things that you do, Amber.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much. You're welcome.
Amazing.
Amazing.
All right. So, Chris, if you could mute your mic for a second, because I know there's a little feedback, but hey, drop the mic. That's all I gotta say is drop the mic. Do the work. And you've been doing that work. And Chris, thank you for, sharing how much your book not only is helping you, but it's helping so many other people because you have made a lot of connections way before me, way before this podcast. But I've also seen you grow on the podcast show as well. And that is what Rosa wants. Okay. We want to have your platform grow so that you can do what I already know you're doing, is making it about the community. That's what I thrive on. When I see people making it truly about the community, you got my 100% support. And that's how we baby boomers do it. I'm sorry, guys. We don't care about talk. Baby boomers look at actions. And you can't say, I'm just coming on the scenes, maybe a year ago and didn't do the work. If you've been on the scene a year ago and we see you doing the work, oh, we're going to support you. You can't been on the scene for 10, 20 years and say, hey, I'm doing the work. If we don't see you doing the work, we're not giving you the time of day, because we know in order to move that needle in the direction where our ancestors wanted us to go, which is to make society better for our next generation and also elders, we have to stay conscious and focused on those who are doing the work. We are celebrating the 4th of July tomorrow, the birthday of America back in 1776 when we got our independence. Look, we came over here in the 17th century, right? And we worked this country against what we wanted, free labor. But look how powerful we are.
Right.
Look at all the craziness that has been done to us. But the next generation is still doing it. You are still doing it. You are still shining. You are overcoming challenges after challenges after challenges. And that's what we like to share over here on the Sharon Lee Briefing podcast show, because we laugh, we learn, and we lead over here. We laugh, we learn, and we lead, and that's what it's all about. So again, if you could bring up Amber's I guess her website and all the information where the audience can connect with her is 12:57. We got only 3 minutes to go, Amber, but any last words you would like to share with the audience?
Yes, I just want to thank my parents for all their support, my family, my friends that watched the podcast today, in support of not only me, but now you and your business as well.
Thank you.
And just everybody that I've learned from over the years that encouraged me to step out. I want to thank God for allowing me to step out on faith, because this didn't just happen overnight. It was a battle at one point, just trying to figure out if this was the right step. Am I making the right decision? I'm starting a business on what exactly, and to do what? Where am I going to go? Who am I going to meet? And who can I impact? And so, just really truly grateful for this opportunity. So thank you to Miss Ellen Compton. Without you, this wouldn't have happened. So I'm very appreciative of that, and I look forward to see where these connections take us.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Guys, for those who are going to watch this later, I know y'all on the road and all that traffic. Traveling
nowhere today,
wherever
right
you
now.
are. But I will. You can watch this later. I will be sharing it on the YouTube. I'll be sharing it on my Instagram, which is Sharon underscore leading underscore within. Everything is geared around my book, True Synergy Works. Leading from within. You got to show the work, and that's what the book talks about: showing the work. Again, for those, I want y'all to save the dates. 2 dates: September 12th, 2026. We're doing a virtual event. Yeah, I know, guys. I gotta put another announcement because we were going to do that one in person, but we're doing it virtual now, and we're going to just go with the official gala. We're going straight to the gala, guys, on December 5th. So I want you to save the date for that as well. I will, I'll be contacting all of my team members. Get ready.
I'm ready.
Get ready, because
I'm gonna
we
answer
are
the
going
call.
we're going to make this happen. We're going to raise this scholarship where we're going to support more young people, and we're going to just make it do what it do. You see my website, roasalives.org. That's Rosa Lives. Rosa Lives. Okay. And we're going to keep on living for the betterment of our community. Reach out to me directly on 202-365-8277 if you know of any other, powerful young person or older person, or, anyone who really got a legacy story and want to tell their story on the Sharon Lee Briefing podcast show. We want to also advertise your next event. If you want to share, your event on our podcast show, it's for a little small fee to, keep the light on, but reach out to me on that number as well. Amber, you've been an excellent guest. I told you were going to have a great time. Stay behind in the green room. We're going to do a photo shoot, and then we'll release you for the rest of the day. But guys, happy Friday. Happy birthday to you, every America on this planet. Even if you're in America right now or abroad, happy birthday to you, because you made this 250th year happen, not just one group of people. So with that being said, if you could take us out, Chris, with our theme song, let's rock and roll. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Synergy, energy, living legends are reaching me, sharing knowledge with you and me, teaching us how to lead with Sharon Lee.